you know that you clicked on this video for the Padme nightgown dress. There's two of them, and this one is the blue one. Sorry for the weird color, but we are specifically talking about this dress here. This is from Tumblr, the scruffing looking Nerf Herders Tumblr page. And you can see that there is this nice little neckline here with embroidery down the front on the little glovey warmers, and then there's like this back fall, and then there's an opening in the front. We can see there's like embroidery, a nice little headband, and there's a lot of detail here on the hand and glovey parts. So I think the gray colors that I'm choosing is perfect as opposed to just a bright blue. And even in some of the scenes, it's actually kind of dark. So we are going to go with that, and that's where we're going. So thank you to the scruffy looking Nerf herder for this content. And I will be working on this cosplay right here. I have my fabrics chosen. I will be using this soft velvet underneath and as my base fabric. And then I also have this jersey, which has a random sequin on it. I have no clue why this is here. It doesn't have it all over. It's just this one piece. So this would be really nice on the inside, and I can actually cover this up. And then for the embroidery parts, I'm actually going to be cutting up a tablecloth. I could be making my own embroidery using the Yaya Han, but this is supposed to be a quick, easy cosplay. All these fabrics are actually purchased from a thrift store. If you can see here, this one, the velour, was actually 3.4 meters, and it was 20 crowns. So right now with the conversion rate, this was $2.87. This was 10 crowns, which is
10 Danish kroner equals $1.43.
So this was $1.43, and then this one was also $1.43 because I got this for 10 crowns. I won't be cutting this one up to make the base. Instead, I will be using that famous pregnancy pattern with the high... I'm using the crap out of this pattern. But I'm going to be using M5893. So let's go ahead and get into it. I will use this part first as the dress, and then I will drape this on top. But this will be the base of the bodice right here. And then later we're going to cut this up. Ta-da! We're already ready. And with any kind of stretchy fabric, we want to go fast with our rotary cutter. Rotary cutter. So upon looking at it, it looks like there's a dull fabric on the outside. Oh, hello. Time for League. Anyway, so it looks like there is a shinier fabric on the inside of the dress. And then the outside actually has this kind of like chiffon look. So I'm going to be working on that. So I went ahead and cut the first skirt out, and then I need a second skirt to go on top of it, and then I will put the skirt on top. So we'll see how it looks. Originally I wanted this fabric to go on top, but I don't know how it will look with this stupid thing here. So we'll see, but I gotta sew this together, attach it, then I'll put this piece on top of it. I'm kind of sad because I sewed the skirt in the wrong direction as the top. So the top looks a lot lighter and the bottom looks grayer versus the opposite way. And now I'm just really sad that the color is not going to be the way that I want it to be. But it gets covered anyways. So it's a small detail that you all now know. I could have hid it from you. But sometimes there's accidents and I don't feel like unpicking it. That's because I actually used a zigzag stitch here and I serged the ends. So that means I would have to undo so much fabric. Not really in the mood to do that. No, not at all. I'm really hurt. I'm really hurt at the moment on this costume. But hey! It's artistic interpretation, right? Hopefully this is a learning experience for anyone watching this video. Velvet has different kinds of ways that it can shine. So this way is the fabric going down. This way is the fabric going up, and that's why it's darker on the bottom than the top. You can see it a lot more here now as I bring the camera closer, and that's just because the fabric direction is going two different ways. So that's very important, and sometimes satins do this too. So I hope you learn this lesson, and it's just a quick costume anyways. I'm not going to bring this to a competition, and that's why I'm not going to stress about it. You can see with this little scrap piece of fabric that I have hanging here, it's such a different color versus if I have it the other way going up this way, it's such a darker color now. I'm not defeated on this project. It will get done, especially before my second child comes out. So let's go ahead and move forward. I'm going to use this jersey. I'm going to go ahead and cut this edging off. Like, I don't need this sequin part. So I'm going to just cut off all that. The excess is going to turn into the arm warmers. And then this part is going to turn into the over layer. So it's going to hide this anyways. So I'm going to pin it to start here and then make it drape around all the way. So I cut off that little sequin piece. It's right here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Anyways, this is an elongated trapezoid rectangle kind of thing. I'm not going to sew this yet because I want to glue down the applique from cutting out. Where's that fabric? I don't know where the fabric is. That fabric right here. And then after I do that, then I will close it up. That way I don't have to worry about detailing, and I need to add a detail at the top. So there's two parts of detailing for the arm warmers, and then we can sew it together like a tube, and then it goes on my arms. Unfortunately, I've come to the realization that I might have to hand sew this part down to tack it down first. This project is just getting a little bit more taxing than I would like it to be. Okay, so I hand sewed down this part of the dress. This part I think I will gather in the front this way across the breast. That way it covers a little bit more. I actually cut off the bottom here. I just left it long. Now, depending on how it looks, I might actually split open the back so it can flow better. It's going to get covered by this fabric anyways. So, started cutting out the piece edging for this gray part. So all I had to do is glue it on, and then I can just like slap pieces together to make the front top bodice part. I went ahead and did the armholes because I didn't want them to stretch too much. And since I'm gluing the top, I think it's okay if I just keep this the way it is. So we got a lot of progress done, and now it's time for the most tedious part, which is just cutting out these little fleur-de-lis kind of things. And yes, this is a tablecloth, but I think it will just look so nice. Hold on. It'll just look really nice against it. So I'm very happy with how it's going to turn out. And I'm just going to glue this on once I get to that point. So after painstakingly cutting out all of this like edging trim, I'm going to sew it along the front after, I said that I was going to hand sew it. I did. That took forever, and it's now attached. See, you could see it here. Attached. And then afterwards, I'm going to put it on and hot glue some remaining pieces from the fabric. That way, it's already the size it needs to be, and I don't need to stretch it and then have a hard time. Hot glue is your friend. Don't ever forget that. Okay, so this fabric, it likes to roll a lot, so I am actually using a zigzag stitch to combine the hem. Now, you're probably thinking, that's not, why are you using that color thread? First off, this is supposed to be a blue costume, and secondly, I think it's just a little bit of a nice detail because I could be embroidering, but I'd rather just do this. And it's a lot faster. Excuse me for coughing. Not feeling the best. So let's go ahead and get this tapestry put on the dress on both sides on the front, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Afterwards, I after I zigzag stitch this down all the way to the hem, I'm going to go around the edges with just a basic stitch, like a smaller zigzag stitch, not this wide one. And we'll see how that looks. I went ahead and cut out some little pieces for my wrists, and then I'm going to glue them down. Normally I'd sew them, but this is supposed to be a fun, easy cosplay while I'm pregnant and not so hardcore. So we're just going to glue it here at the bottom, and then we're going to sew this into a long tube to become my arm warmers. So my cord is really short, so I'm just recording over here in the kitchen, and I have already started hot gluing down my top, and yes, you can see my giant baby bump. Of course, this isn't like a perfect replica of the dress. I just think it looks really nice. And so now I'm going to just slowly and carefully glue across the top seam, like so. And then I'm going to work on the wider parts. I could do this on the mannequin, but because I'm pregnant, I need to make sure I can get the stretch where I want it. So, like this. Now it's gonna stay. Then I'll get back to the other pieces. Gluing my boobs. Not using your hot glue immediately again afterwards. Slightly pull out your glue stick to save it from dripping. Lightly. Like this. There we go. Looking good. Now I'm going to start filling in the top. The top. Now I'm just going to slowly work my way upwards. Let's do that carefully because we don't want it to get too hot and burn me. So we'll go here. Like so. There. I'm gonna pin this fabric in place. I really don't see myself using this gray anymore. So I'm just gonna cover up all of this and let it hang on the ground. And that'll be the end of the dress as soon as I hand sew it. And it'll kind of cover this nasty hand sewing, but we'll see. So it kind of goes up here at the shoulder yoke. If you can see that. Sorry about the horrible lighting. I have no clue what to do. Ah! Now we have to do this little headband number. I have these beads. I wish I had actually more of these giant blue beads. That would be perfect. But I only have 2, so I guess I won't be using those, but I'll be using the smaller ones. And I'm going to take the female form of an eyelet, and I'm going to just grab it, and then I'm going to glue into the center. Oops, oh my god, I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to glue it into the center like that. My base is going to be a white ribbon. I'm just using what I have on hand and then putting it there. I could probably do 2 layers so that way it really gets the big dimension. Sorry about the terrible camera quality right now because I can't pick these up. These are so hard. So I could probably layer it like that. Oh, that's actually looking a lot better than my original idea. And then I'm going to put it like that and then just glue it all the way down. And then I'm going to do my hair and then just tie it in a nice little bow. So let's see how many of these are going to take. Here is the reveal. So this is probably my least favorite Padme Amidala crafting session that I ever had. I have to admit, when I had it on the mannequin, I didn't see, oh, my eyelashes hate me. Oh, what's wrong with my eyelashes? Okay, that's not what we want. Anyways, does it look better? The follies of being a cosplayer. Anyways, okay, so here we are, finished Padme Amidala nightgown in blue. So this one, I had enough fabric to finish all of it. When I had it on the dress form, I was actually really depressed about this one. I thought it looked horrible. Like, atrocious. I did not like it. I absolutely thought it was really bad. Are there things that I would love to change? Yes, my hair being one of them. But I have other things about this costume that I would love to tell you how to fix. One, hot glue everything down. Glue your appliques down. Do not, if you are using a stretchy fabric like this one, glue it down because this got stretched. It is not sitting the way that I would like. It has a funky curve to it, which, to be fair, it kind of gets covered by the cape. Like there's so much drama going to this costume, which I think it suits it. I think it's okay. I think I could actually wear this one out if I feel like it. I originally thought that I had to scrap this project until I put it on. And I am 1,000% happier seeing it on me than the mannequin. I'm 38 weeks pregnant, and I just think there was some parts that can be better. And that is this front opening applique drapery. If I had just glued it, I know it would look so much better. Everything else, like yes, I got the skirt color inverted and it's not the way that I would like it. Honestly, all of this material only cost me about $5 because I got it from a thrift store. I cut up a tablecloth for the appliques. I used hot glue and I'm very happy. Again, the fabric that I'm using is a velvet stretch. So be mindful of the fabrics that you use for your projects. Whenever you're crafting, it's a learning process. With the headband, some of the beads came off. I should have used E6000 as opposed to hot glue or a real headband so it would actually confine to the curve after I put it on. So there is a few learning curves, and I would like if anyone was to recreate this costume to learn from my mistakes and make something better than what I've done and share it with me. My arm sleevey things, I don't really think I have a problem with them. They're just arm sleevey things, you know? Like she's got them on, it's there. I like it. Overall, this project, I'm going to have to give it a C+. Cosplay positive. I never really grade my cosplays, but after seeing this one on, you know, I'm pretty happy. I'm so much happier now that I'm wearing it. I've been putting off wearing this because I've been really disappointed with how I finished it, how this part is stretching. But you know, now that I'm looking at it and it's on me, it's okay. It's okay. And I don't hate it as much anymore. Will I use it for future cosplays? Maybe. But I really love how it turned out. So I'm so happy. Leave me a comment down below if I nailed this cosplay or if I didn't. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And thank you so much for watching this video. This is the end reveal of my blue nightgown Padme cosplay. It isn't actually blue. Mine is a gray version, but I think it looks okay. I could have actually made the appliques, but I took a different route with it. And sometimes with cosplay, you can just be creative. So, thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay inspired, be creative, learn from my mistakes as well. And I will see you in a future video. Bye! Like, I can't tell you, like, I was ever going to use this fabric for something else, but look at the drama of the cape! Like, do I need this when going to bed? Absolutely not. I would probably choke myself. So fun. So fun. So fun. I'm pregnant and I shouldn't be doing that much stuff. But don't forget, Padme Amidala has so many pregnancy outfits. And I already showed you one of them earlier. So stay tuned. Maybe I have another up my sleeve. We don't know. We don't know. We really don't know.